Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate you tuning in each week to see what's going on in the market. We hope these market stats help you. Basically, this week, we have 33 days closed on market, a 0.87 month supply. Our absorption rate is over 110% at 115. Our average list price is hovering right about 782,000. Average sale price, nice enough, down a little bit, 549,308. And we're averaging 100.6% on our list price to sale price retention. Inventory, not good. Inventory is continuing to decline at about a 2% per week drop. Pending is sitting at 5,217 closed units for the month at 2,800. New listings this past week, well, here's the problem. 3.8% down again. We're under 2,000. We need to be above 2,400 just to maintain the normal, wherever active inventory is, we need 2,400 to keep it there. Unfortunately, we're not getting 2,400, and that's the reason for the slide. Our days on market for active is pretty brisk, but a little higher at 79.8 and closed at 33 days. Price ranges, again, we've been, what are we seeing? If you had to talk to your client again today, and you did last Monday about the market stats, and you don't want to be repetitious, here's the new news. This particular portion of the marketplace, 500 and under, we saw this down to 52%. If you've been watching this, which obviously I have been, each week we're creeping up. So now we're up to 54, almost 55% of the available properties in the MLS are below $500,000. So if you're thinking that market has evaporated, your brain's evaporating. Go here and look at this, because this is part of what the benefit of what we're talking about is. This is increasing. You can take a look at the units, the average days on market, and again, the percentage of the entire inventory. But again, this is going up. This is not going down. Taking a look at the $500 to $1 million market, this one's still pretty active, pretty consistent at about 32% of the entire inventory. Not a lot of aha moments in there. And our $1 million and up market is sitting at 102 days on market. That was down to 90-something days. So this is back up to 102 days on market, the $1 million and up market, although there's some niche pockets of product that's flying off the shelf, so to speak. The inventory is slowing in the $1 million and up market. Taking a look at the spreadsheet, again, this gives us the ability to compare week over same week last year, and week over same week 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And the reason we keep 2019 up there is because that was a non-COVID year. So 2020, 2021 both were. So taking a look at it from this perspective, we did right now about 1,850 units last week, or 1,950 units last week. We were at 2025 the week before, but slide drives to the right. A year ago, we only took 1,671. We're at 1,940. That's a good sign. It means more sellers are in the marketplace right now than they were a year ago. There's more sellers believing they're going to be able to go somewhere. No, I didn't say that. But no, there's going to be a lot of sellers that are anticipating selling and moving forward. 1,600 last year and 2,300 way back in 2019. So there you can see the number, 2,300. We need that 2,300 new listings each week. Inventory, 5,585 is down just a little bit. We had 4,900 a year ago, so we've got about 600 more properties. So although there's people out there claiming gloom and doom, Chicken Little, sky's falling, inventory that doesn't exist, all these terms, we have 600 more properties in the marketplace right now than we had a year ago today. And again, that's real important, because it's, you need to share that with your consumers, because if all you're doing is getting them alerted or excited about the fact that there's an inventory problem, you're not doing your job, and you're scaring them into making decisions that they really don't need to make. Taking a look at the defaulted inventory, short sales and lender owned, it's just non-existent. It's less than 0.3% of the entire marketplace. Pending, we look at pending as saying the meeting of the minds, meeting of a seller and the buyer. They come together and they both agree on a particular terms. So we had 5,217 people in escrow as any point in time. Last week, we were averaging about 5,000 people in escrow. Last year, we were at almost 6,700 more people in escrow than we have today. And also back in 2019, again, we only had 5,000. So, the market is more brisk. There's still more people in the marketplace, as we know. But again, don't sensationalize this. There's not 1,000 more people in the marketplace. There's not 5,000 more people. There's not 50,000 more people because, oh my gosh, they're coming from everywhere to Arizona. No, there's fewer people in the marketplace, 700 fewer at any one time as of right now. These are very, very important when you're sitting there trying to understand about negotiating. Don't think, don't interpret for yourself. I mean, take a look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. This is exactly what's going on in the marketplace. Closed is a little too early in the month to tell, but again, we're lagging, and that's been the story for the last 8 months. Lagging a little bit. Month supply again 0.87. We do need to see that slide rise class. It was a month supply a year ago, so we're not that far off, but we're still off. And of course, in the good market or the 2019 boom market, there was almost a 5-month supply at this past week over week. Sale prices, as we talk about, the one I like here is the average sale price. You can look at medians over in the blue if you'd like, but I like to look at the average because you're just taking the total closings and dividing it by the total dollar volume. And you're sitting at 549, we're at 564, so we were down 20,000. And yes, that does not mean that every property out there just dropped $20,000 this week. That's not the way this works. This is not appreciation. This is not property value. This is just average sales price. We were at 443 a year ago, about 100,000 less, 312 back in 2019. Again, days on market still pretty brisk, pretty consistent. We were at 44 days last year. Now we're still at 33. But the second item of the day is going to be this list price to sell price retention. And what this basically says is that the average seller is basically what is the difference between the list price at the time the seller accepts your offer and the offer price. Historically, way over to the left, you can see this for the last 20-something years I've been recording this has been averaging about 97.8%, about a 2% negotiation. And so whenever we see it go above 97.8, it means that the market's tightening. When we see it go over 100, it means that obviously prices are selling for higher than the average list price. And if people are listing them at higher than the comp value, the competitive market analysis for the neighborhood, then these properties are actually selling for even in excess of that. So again, I just want to alert everybody to your job as realtors. You're never to speculate the marketplace. You're never to offer a seller or anticipate that or try to persuade the seller to list with you by saying you can get more for their home than the next realtor can. You can get more than comp value. You can never mislead the consumer as to the value of their home in search of taking a listing. So in this regard, you need to make sure that's a law, by the way. And so you need to make sure that you're in compliance.
All right. Appreciate it. As always, good
Thanks,
stuff. And as always, we are all over the internet. And more importantly, if you want to go back and take a look at the numbers, you can do so through Alexa, or I should say, hear the numbers, or go on the West USA's YouTube channel.